We have a trader who is down by 45k, his dog just died and his fiance left him. On the other hand, someone turned $40,000 into $690,000 in just 6 months, and we have a trader who made more than $18,000 in just 15 minutes. And we are starting off with a huge loss by Burrito Burglar 9000. Down 45k, dog just died and my fiance left me. First of all, sorry about your dog. On the all-time chart, he's down by 98% or $45,007.24 and is left with just $620.47. And looking at the chart, we can see that he was losing money from the beginning, then he managed to make a small comeback, but it was unfortunately all for nothing as his account just slowly bled out. And he did that through the subtle use of far out of the money short dated options. This is the result of poor impulse control, not following trading strategies. Yes, he's aware they exist, how and when to use them, and frankly a bit of gambling addiction. He didn't start with 45k, it just ended up there after who knows how many deposits just to top off. He has a high paying job, where this kind of a loss is really about half of his year's disposable income. And he recently lost 10k on Apple's 0 days till expiry options. But he also had 2 plays recently that would have ended 50x had he held, as see during their earnings run up, and Netflix 2 days till expiry 1% into that 10% run it had in 2 days. So he has plenty of good picks, but discipline. And we can see that he still owns 30 put options on Lee with a striking price at $20 and an expiration date on December the 9th. Feels bad about his losses and hopefully he recovers with the $600 he has left. And if you're not already subscribed, it would mean a ton to me if you just press that button. It's free and you'll help me out a lot at reaching my goal of 400 subscribers. Thank you. Anyway, next up we have a huge gain by Aleph Trading, who just went through the scariest 15 minutes of his life and made more than 18k. As we can see, he's up by 155% or $18,120.20, and he's up by so much because on December the 5th at 15:42 he bought 60 SPX call options with an expiration date on the same day and a striking price at $3,995. He bought them at around $1.97 and exactly 15 minutes later he sold them at $4.86. And what amazes me the most is that he sold them all in the same second, but the closing prices go from $4.40 to $5.20. And if he waited another 40 to 45 seconds, he would have made an extra $10,000. And he never uses stop losses on options, let alone 0 days till expiry with 15 minutes left before the bell. And he usually goes for calls that are $2 to $3 away at most. Well, huge respects to him. Next we have a huge loss by Bad Touch 1981. Marriage was a bad investment. So in 3 years of him trading, he's up by 25% and he started with around 164k, got it to around 300k. Then we have this sudden drop when he apparently got divorced, and then he slowly increased it back to 241k. So he moved his 401k balance to his trading account in June of 2020. He bought Neo and Wells Fargo, which he sold in April of 2021 and held all cash. 100k went to his ex. In July of 2022 he bought Fisker and sold it in September of 2022. Then he held cash and bought back into fund in October of 2022. Well, apart from losing 100k to his ex, he made some good trades. Next up we have a huge gain by Maddie405. He started with 40k and turned it into 609k in 6 months. Year to date he's up by 2,800% or $561,573.89. And honestly, the chart is just insane. It starts on June the 27th and it goes relatively flat until around August, when his account starts rising and it reaches 400k. But then around September his account value just falls straight down, erasing all the gains. But luckily he managed to get his account back up to more than 600k, and all of his wins are from SPY and QQQ and one Google earnings report gamble. And this is his strategy. He buys 1000 contracts for each trade and doesn't take any contracts that are more than $200 per contract. Sometimes he averages several times to reach max allowed by Webull up to 2500 contracts, and these may be sometimes 0 days till expiry. What he does is extremely risky and doesn't recommend it to anyone, especially if you're already down. His last year losses and experience with SPY and QQQ helps him now with better success rate. Not every every single one of his trades are green. If they were, he would be up by 2 million by now. Some days he's had trades where he lost 150k and above. Just 2 weeks ago he went from 530k to 330k and recovered. Now he's taking it easy until the market gives us a better direction. On Friday he closed at 690k, which means over 2 accounts he hit $1 million. Well, just huge respects to him, and hopefully he can continue making more. Anyway, next up we have a huge loss by DS739147. Wife doesn't know. Thankfully she don't pay attention. Inverse everything I do to make money. As we can see, he's down by almost 98% or $51,073.13, and is left with $1,125.79. And he even had a great start before his account just started falling. I wonder what that huge loss was. He had so many call positions that blew up in flames, especially Disney. He always got greedy and wanted 10 baggers versus just taking profits. He got caught in the meme stock game last year of AMC, BB and NOC and sold all for 50 to 60% losses. He then made money on Doge and then lost on tons of earnings options on Disney, Fisker and plenty of others. Although he did hit on VID options in 2021 and Konako earlier this year, and if he held those AMC ones another 6 months, he'd have a whole different graph. On Friday he lost 3k on SPY calls, and that was the last of his funny money for 2022. He'll wait until 2023 when they lag up their main account and get more funny money to play with. So he'll retire from options until 2023, and what he has left is in Amazon calls with an expiration date on December the 16th and a Disney call with an expiration date on December the 23rd. And even when he tries to inverse himself, he still loses. Otherwise he's not rich. He's just been investing since he turned 20 and now he's 35, so 15 years of investing. Luckily they have 300k in Merrill for long-term living, so this should be okay. Next we have another huge loss by Adventurous Cable 992, who's looking for a job. He's actually down by more than 100%, by 119% to be precise. When he started trading he had 2 small gains, but then he quite quickly lost everything, and now he's down by $32,032.66. And looking at his previous post, he lost money on Microsoft call options with a striking price at $330 and an expiration date on February the 18th of 2022. But aside from that, he didn't actually post his positions, so we'll never know how he managed to lose more than 100%. I need a financial planner. I've got a good feeling about you. I hear he's highly regarded. Neuralink might need some more monkeys. Don't know if you're qualified though. Anyway, next up we have a huge loss by Tide Vegetable 3338, who actually posted his positions. His account is worth $14,359.12, and here are his positions. All of them are in the red and all of them are call options. He bought CCL, Upstart and Affirm calls with expiration dates on January the 6th, 13th and 20th of 2023, and on most of them he's down by around 50%. He knows these stocks were so shorted, and last week when he bought these calls, sentiment seemed like it may start changing. Ultimately he was shooting for a Santa rally leading to a short squeeze, but clearly he has no idea what he's doing, and he doesn't even know if he should sell or hold this anymore. Looks like you still have time to lose more money. Next we have another insane loss by Gunter1234. Should I quit now or keep going? So altogether he's up by 57% or $15,079.95, and his account is currently worth $41,300.18. So in 2021 he started with $26,220.23, and he slowly grew his account until May of 2021, when his account literally skyrocketed from less than 40k to $244,328.48. But then he slowly lost all the gains over a span of a year and a half. I can't even imagine the pain after somehow turning your account to almost $250,000 and then losing it all. And he didn't even post his positions, so we'll never know how he made and lost money. And last but not least, we have a huge gain by Gamma Ramadou, trading SPY call spreads and put spreads last 3 months, still holding ET April calls. So in the past 3 months he's up by $77,100.93, and his account is worth $46,100 $125.86. So I'm assuming he already withdrew some money. Otherwise, his chart looks amazing, rising very consistently. He was long end of December $380 to $400 call spreads, which he exited and started buying March puts with a striking price at $380 and pulled out some cash. He funded this account with $40k, so he's down by $160k overall. Typically, he keeps it around $50k in each account he trades. Once he's up, he pulls it out and starts over, which helps him from taking too much risk. He usually buys options with 2 to 4 weeks till expiration, and he holds them for up to 7 days. Well, huge respects to him for actually making money consistently. And if you want to see how this trader made $50,000 in one day, click on the video that just popped up. And if that is not enough, smash the subscribe button, as you will help me out a lot in reaching my goal of 400 subscribers. If you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.